Hello, everyone. My name is Jenna. I have been on Mounjaro Mounjaro slash Zepbound, going on 8 months. I have lost 80 pounds. Am eternally grateful for this medication. But I did have something happen to me that last week that I really wanted to jump on here and talk about. I apologize for the background. I am in my son's sort of playroom, so I apologize if anything back there is distracting. So, as I said, I've been going on 8 months on Mounjaro. Been so grateful to have lost 80 pounds. This medication has absolutely changed my life. On Monday night, I started to not feel so well, had some stomach pain. What laid down, just thought it was, maybe related to the Mounjaro Zepbound, something I ate, no big deal. I went ahead and laid down. So around midnight, going into Tuesday, I woke up with severe upper abdominal pain. Um, I did get sick, um, tried to lay down and get comfortable. I couldn't get comfortable. The pain was increasing. It was awful. By 4 o'clock in the morning, I could not stand it anymore. And I had to go to the hospital. I had been vomiting for 4 hours. No position was better for the pain. It was bad. It was all bad. I had to, get to the emergency room to figure out what was going on. I got to the emergency room. I still had pain. They drew labs, started an IV. I went down to CAT scan. They did a CAT scan. Lo and behold, I had pancreatitis from cholecystitis, which is gallstones. So I had an infected gallbladder. My lipase, which is supposed to be between 17 and 77, was 8,883. So my labs, my magnesium, potassium from vomiting, everything was very out of whack. So I had to have my gallbladder removed, but they could not do that until the pancreatitis settled down. So again, just backtracking a little, I apologize for my appearance, my voice, all of that. So they had to wait till my lipase was under 400. Now, years ago, my son is 8 years old. When I was pregnant with him, I had some pain, upper abdominal pain, when I went to one of my GYN checks. They sent me over to the hospital and they told me that I had gallstones. However, apparently that is not abnormal during pregnancy. Sometimes it can happen. They said maybe someday you'd have to get your gallbladder out, but it was nothing immediate, whatever. Went home and honestly never had an issue again. Never felt any pain, nothing. So, honestly, I sort of just forgot about it. It was a complete non-issue. So I was hoping to have the surgery the following day, which would have been Wednesday, because I was admitted. I came in at like 4 a.m. on Tuesday. I was hoping by Wednesday I would have the surgery. Unfortunately, the lipase was down to like 6,000. They were giving me medication for pain because the pain was absolutely unbearable. I mean, I was so uncomfortable. I can't even tell you. I was praying for surgery. And honestly, I don't know what was hurting, whether it was the pancreatitis, whether it was the gallstones, the infected gallbladder. And they're giving me IV antibiotics and fluids. And so Wednesday comes along. They could not do the surgery. Thursday, they were planning on doing it Thursday. They drew labs on me again Thursday morning, 5 a.m. Lipase came back. It was still 3,000. They were like, we can't do it. Sorry, we have to cancel it. And I am at this point like, oh my goodness, I am in such pain. Yeah, the pain medicine took the edge off, but you're away from your family, you're uncomfortable, you're not sleeping through the night, and I am so sick. By this point, though, thankfully the nausea had calmed down. And because that just would have added to, everything going on. Tuesday also, I forgot to say, we did do an MRI as well, which confirmed the that I had the gallstones and obviously the pancreatitis from the incredibly high lipase. So finally on Friday, my lipase came down to 600, and he needed it to be under 400, but he said, close enough, we can do the surgery. So Friday afternoon, they took my gallbladder out laparoscopically, which means I just have 4 tinier incisions in my stomach. They took my gallbladder out, and when I woke up, I was instantly, I was sore from having, them messing around inside my abdomen, but that horrible pain was gone. It was crazy, because by the time I had the surgery, the pain had wrapped around my right side to my back, and they had to give me another dose of medication. So to help with the pain, because it was so bad by Friday. I did feel so much better. I didn't have the upper abdominal pain. I didn't have the pain wrapping around. I felt like, oh my goodness. It felt like, what? I had 2 C-sections. I have 2 children. And it was like the pain from having a C-section. Maybe even, and I will say that because there was also the abdominal pain. Even though, when you have a C-section, they do completely, cut you open. I still had some pain from the pancreatitis. So I'm going to say it was like the pain of having a C-section. But the original gallbladder pancreatitis, I have had 2 children, and I have never experienced anything like that. I would have a baby any day before having the pain from pancreatitis and gallstones and an infected gallbladder. Any day. It was horrible. So come Saturday, I was discharged from the hospital, thankfully, and feeling much better, other than soreness from surgery, not really being hungry. I do take my Zepbound dose on Tuesday morning. Obviously, the Tuesday that I went into the hospital, I did not take my dose. But I did speak to the surgeon and the hospital doctor, who advised me that I do not need to stop taking the end-all result. I do not need to stop taking Zepbound. They do not know, why this happened. It could have been from the rapid, and I say rapid, I've in, almost 8 months, I've lost over 80 pounds, the rapid weight loss. It could have been because I had gallstones previously and they just decided to act up. They really cannot tell what began or started this, but that I thankfully do not need to, because that, after I started, Friday after the surgery, and I'm feeling better, that was my next concern. I still have a lot of way to go to get to a healthy weight. I did start out at 280 pounds. I did lose a little over 80 pounds, and I am 5'3", so obviously I do still have a way to go. And I was afraid. I mean, that was genuinely one of my fears. Oh my goodness, am I going to have to stop taking my Zepbound? And, you hear all these stories, people gain their weight back, and this has been such a life changing drug for me. I don't like saying miracle just because I do work at it. I do exercise. I eat high protein. I try really, really hard, um, just to do things healthier, and it has been a great, absolutely wonderful help. I am so grateful for these medications, but I don't like to say miracle because I think people that just get on these medications and say, oh, I can just eat less of the junk that I ate before and lose weight. I don't, everybody has their own journey and everybody is different, but I just sort of don't agree with that way of doing things and that way of handling your weight loss and these medications. I think, in order for them to work, you have to have a sustained, an improvement in your activity level and in what you're eating and what you're doing for your body. So, or else I would use the word miracle. But I wanted to get on and tell you guys a little bit about what happened. I am still very sore. I know I still have circles under my eyes and look horrible, because that was a painful, horrible experience for me. But thankfully, I am still able to stay on my Zepbound and continue my weight loss journey, which I am, again, very grateful for. So, hopefully this will not happen to any of you listening, but if it does, it doesn't mean the end of everything. And if you start really feeling like you're in pain and you're vomiting and it is different from what you've ever had before and you are having pain like that, get to the hospital. You know, there's things they can do. They can treat you. It doesn't mean the end of your weight loss journey. The only thing I was concerned about when I went was the stomach paralysis, because I have a feeling at that point it would have been the end of the Zepbound Mounjaro weight loss thing, but that turned out not to be the case. And I'm super grateful to be here talking to you now on the mend. I'd appreciate any comments, a like, a subscribe, and I will talk to you next time, hopefully feeling a little better. And that's it. Have a good day. Bye-bye.